That's my list of the top 10 best and worst radio levels of April 2022. Now, I wouldn't consider any level in April 2022 necessarily bad, but there are certainly some mediocre ones. An example of this is number 10, Another Day by ASBC1, or Hazel. ASBC Hazel, as it says now. Now, I really love the idea for this level. Now, basically this is one of those levels that looks good when you think of it in your head, but you try and execute it, and it just looks messy. There are, I'd say, 3 main parts to this level that look messy, but the rest of the level looks fine and feature-worthy. Like, it could get a feature if it didn't have those 3 extremely messy parts, so, like, you literally just have to clean up those parts and it could get featured. But as it is, these parts, as you can see, are very cluttered. Nothing in the ground, like, no part of the no block placed in this part seems to really make sense. Everything is trying to go in different styles, so it doesn't really show what the one style is. The rest of the level does very well, though. As you can see in this part, there is a very clear correlation with what they were trying to accomplish. So it's an alright level except for those 3 parts, and those 3 parts could be easily fixed. I'd say it would be very easy. One thing I think is bad about this part is that it just uses too many objects, like too many unnecessary objects. There are too many objects that are just unnecessary, and they don't make the level better in any way. Overall, the level is alright. It's alright. I understand RobTop not giving it a feature, even though I feel like he's made some questionable decisions with that in the past. Now for number 9, we have Verity by Dubstep Fanatic. This level is just a boring level. Like, I swear, I could get rid of all the glow in this level, and it wouldn't be rate-worthy. I mean, with all the glow in its state right now, the level is rate-worthy, but the thing is, it just relies too much on glow. It relies on glow to make it look good, and with glow, it's just, like, rate-worthy, and that's pretty much it. So, about the gameplay is pretty boring, just like what you'd expect from a standard, like, level that's trying to be easy. Yet somehow, the difficulty bar from the easiest ratings in the game got so low that this level is hard 4 stars. Hard 4 stars. This level is easier than Back on Track. Not even kidding. Yet it got hard 4 stars, and Back on Track is an easy level. I just don't get it. Now for number 8, we have Jane by Jtjhoergjsgjosjig. Now, the thing with medium length levels, the biggest problem about them is that they're less likely to get featured because they're medium length, and that just gives it less time to really show something impressive and to execute an idea. But I think there's just something this level does wrong, and it's how empty it is in some parts. So, like, you saw that chip right before this wave part. It was like one of them. It's even emptier than some 1.0 featured levels. That's just how empty that part is. Which is pretty insane to think about, because the 1.0 feature levels are pretty empty because they don't have enough blocks. But we're in late 2.1 right now. It's pretty much getting pretty close to 2.2, no doubt. And a part like that just can't go in a featured level anymore. For number 7, we have Make It Better by Cindy. So the thing is, it just, Like, about this level, I just think the creator could do exactly what the title is. Make it better. I think they could definitely make it better. Number 6 is an extreme demon. It is van step by van. And it just... My main problem with this level is that it just feels so static. Like, we don't have enough moving in this level to make it really feel alive, and it just feels like a really annoyingly flashy and bright level. Like, sometimes you can execute a rainbow style well, and I'll show an example of that later in the video, but this level does not execute it well. It's just annoying. And I'm not talking about the gameplay. Like, I understand that gameplay in Extreme Demons is hard to do, but, like, this level actually has gameplay nailed for an Extreme Demon, which is the main reason why it's only at 6 on this list. At number 5 on the list, we have Flee by Subwoofer. Yet again, with the medium levels, there's a lower chance of them getting featured, because they have less to offer. Does this count as a 9 Circles level? Number 4 is the level. So, one thing I have to say about the level is that it's just boring. It's a boring level with nothing special about it at all. It looks alright, and that's about all it does. The background is, like, you know how the background in the ship part in Jane was extremely empty? That's pretty much the background for this entire level. Although, I will say that it makes it look a little less empty by having more blocks in the actual parts, but it doesn't keep it from just being boring. It's just boring level, and it can't stop itself from that. Even with the text in the back. Number 3, we have another Extreme Demon, so don't expect me to get that far in it. So this level is it's just stupid. Like, almost everything about this level is stupid. Some parts just, like, do not correlate with one another. It's just a messy level. Some parts look decent. I hate the fact that some parts look decent, because, like, that almost makes me not want to put it at 3 on here, but all its other flaws are just, like, then I would, if I didn't put it at number 3 on this list, I would be ignoring all its other flaws, and I just can't do that. So I gotta put it at number 3 on the list. For number 2, we have Unnamed 40122. So, has basically all the flaws that I already talked about. It's boring, it's empty. Did you see how long that black screen was? Like, I know easy levels are really boring nowadays, but geez, this level just takes it to a whole new level. And that whole new level is Say Less by Pocket. Good job, Pocket. You're the number 1 on this list. I actually put you at one of your levels at number 105 on my best levels in the entire game. But then you made this, and the fact that you made this shows that this level is clearly not meant to be taken seriously. This level is just like a smorgasbord in a bad way. Now we will move on to the top 10 best rated levels of April 2022. Now for number 10, we have I Wanna Tell Ya by Hedgefox. I really like the color choices in this level. Some parts they're very unique in the block structuring. The gameplay is pretty unique, and the visuals just look really good in some parts. It's very solid for a solo level. Wait. Alright, it's solo. For number 9, we have Hand Eyelids by Viet. So, the gameplay, the decoration, I mean, is pretty regular. It's pretty just like average, standard decoration. It's nothing special. Something I really like about this level is the gameplay. Gameplay has just been really fun, and it's used a lot of cool gimmicks to make it interesting. Like this part in the way the blocks bounce. It's just really interesting, and I like it. Number 8 is Nanolights by Nate FH. So, this level is BooTT 3 inspired, as you could probably tell from the fact that it has the same song as BooTT 3. But not just that, it has pretty... What the... Did I just find a secret way, or is this already... Did this guy, like, patch this secret way and make it seem like I... Yep, there we go. You ruined it, Nate FH. Number 7 is Help Yourself by Colin T. While the decoration may not be the most spectacular, the idea is very unique. So basically, you're this ship, and you're trying to get this UFO to the end of the level. Well, you're not always a ship. Sometimes you're a ball. Sometimes you're a UFO. You keep going through game modes while the UFO stays the exact same. You have to, like, touch little triggers, activate little things to get this UFO to the end of the level without crashing, while making sure you don't crash either. It's just a very entertaining level. Number 6 is Brain Power by Brain ETR. This level is how you execute the rainbow style properly. It's done very smoothly, and it's not just like all the blocks becoming rainbow. There's smooth transitions in the background. It really conveys this theme, and it really shows how memory gameplay can be fun if it's done correctly. It's just a very fun level to play. At number 5, we have DKCR by Felix Citron. DKCR, if you couldn't already tell from the name and the fact that you arrive in a giant barrel that says DK, this is a Donkey Kong themed level. And that definitely shows in its design, because it's really so Donkey Kong. Even if it wasn't Donkey Kong themed, and it wasn't just like so accurate to Donkey Kong, it would still be a solid level, because the design, the decoration, the theme, all of it is just really good. The gameplay is, of course, nothing spectacular, but it doesn't need to be, because the level is already really good. Number 4 is Zipangu by Partition. This is where I think we're getting into the really impressive levels, because this level is just visually beautiful. I like how in the background it looks like it's just a red sun, but if you look closely, you could also interpret it as a Japanese flag. I think that's a very interesting detail, and it's cool. Now onto the decoration. The decoration is just like beautiful, and it really contributes to its like Japanese theme. The title makes a lot of sense, and the level just like has an overall style that does not change. I just like it. It really seemed like you're just going through Japan, which is really cool because you get to see like a lot of aspects of Japan, and I like that. I believe Mopan was also in the Korean Mega Collab, but I'm not sure because this is Partition. And this is not Korean, obviously. So, number 3 is Ion by Kairos. So, a lot of these other, levels were, like, really thematic, which means people will agree on how good they are less. Like, they'll have just more varied opinions. But this level is less thematic, and it's more just, like, visual design based in, like, effect. It's just, like, more of an effect kind of level. Which I think it's really cool. I like effect levels, too. But it's pretty much just, like, this regular, really cool effect level, which manages to look really cool, but it's not anything just, like, particularly amazing. It's just very epic. The song contributes to the level really well, and it does what it needs to do. Now, number 2 is Metal Test by Overdefo. Overdefo's been getting a lot of popularity recently, and it's not hard to see why. The atmosphere that this guy is able to give off with his levels is on a whole new level. And that whole new level is the launch. I already said that joke before, but I'm doing it again. The launch by Zeon. I mean, this level also has Overdefo in it, and it's not hard to see who made this first part when you look at after you've just seen Metal Test. Yep, it's pretty obvious that Overdefo made this part, but I could just be, like, completely wrong, and Overdefo didn't make it at all. But to me, I thought that part pretty, like, well resembled Overdefo. Now, this level is a multiple pathway level. It has lots of different pathways with, like, lots of different ideas, and every creator does a really good job with contributing to this overall style that really feels like a true immersive world. I would say this level is not only the best radio level of April 2022, but it is also the best level of 2022 in general, and one of the best levels this game has even, like, brought. The amount of atmosphere this level is able to give off is insane. Like, you could make this entire level into an actual game where you, like, go around this world that has a design similar to this one, and I would think it would be really good. I think that kind of game would be really cool, and that just shows how amazing this actual level is. So, very good level, in my opinion. There is no other level that came out in April of 2022 that could even come close to the level of quality that this level has. Except for maybe Metal Test. I think Metal Test is pretty good. But what do you think about the list? Do you think some levels were too good or not good enough to be on either of these lists? Do you think there are some levels that should be on other lists? Say it in the comments if you want. Like, you don't have to say it in the comments, but, like, I think it would be cool. Just waiting to die so I can end the video, because, like, I'm not able to, I don't know how to end the video when I'm not dying. Okay, so I just died right there, but I just continued for some reason because I was talking, so I'm just gonna, like, not, so I can actually finish this video. I just don't know how to do endings. Bro, what? I got 32. That's